Hey there everyone, Teletran4 here, and we just made it through the rest of 2021. So, I figured I might as well put together a quick little list showing my favorite Transformers from this year. Now a few ground rules. This isn't necessarily just 2021 releases, but figures that I acquired during 2021, and also, by that metric, it means there won't be any figures that I didn't acquire in 2021 that would have been released this year that are going to be on the list. Just figures that I personally ended up getting this year. Oh, and yeah, it was hard enough to narrow it down to 10, so these aren't going to be any specific order. So without further ado, let's go! So yeah, on the first entry for my top 10 for 2021, there's the Optimus Primal and Nemesis Primal figures. I put them on the same entry because they're both basically the same figure, same mold and everything, just two very different takes on the character. I just really love the fur detailing. It's a really solid look for Primal, and the weapons and the flip-out arm blasters and the posability, it's really great. And even better, if you have 6-inch collections, you know, like your Marvel Legends, your G.I. Joe Classifieds, that sort of thing, this guy will fit in right alongside them and be perfectly in scale that would be accurate to Beast Wars. So next on the list we have Goldbug here, the Shattered Glass version. And while I'm not the hugest fan of this mold because of the parts forming, I really like how it looks with the Goldbug colors. And as an evil, like, dark mirror of Bumblebee, it really works! He's cool. He's Bug. He's gold. Honestly, I don't feel as strongly about Shattered Glass Goldbug as I do about the main timeline Goldbug, but it's a cool look. Studio Series 86 Hot Rod is the next on our list, and whew, this boy really impressed me. He's really solid. He looks great. He's so poseable. So many optional accessories. I'm not huge on the buzzsaw because I wasn't exactly a fan of thinking about that as his weapon, especially not since it was basically a throwaway scene in the movie, but it was a scene in the movie, so, you know, it's there. The Matrix he comes with, he can barely hold it though, but overall, he's still just such an all-around solid transforming figure that he had to make this list. So, the first of the toys that aren't from 2021 but I got in 2021, Gigawatt. I slipped on this guy for a while because of all the weirdness with people buying up all of those first edition versions that had like the unique license plates and everything, and I waited until the regular release was out and I'd be able to get it for a relatively same price, and I'm glad I did eventually get it. I really like the way he looks. It's a really good use of the sort of Lambo body type despite the fact it's a DeLorean, and the weapons he has, the little lightning rod, and the Mr. Fusion that can be put in so many different spots on his body, even on his gun. It's just a really nice detail, and I'm glad Hasbro did this figure. Now here we have Cybertron Defense Hotshot from the Generation Selects line. He's a really solid figure. I like how poseable he is. I like the weapon he comes with vanilla, but he really does just shine when you get the upgrade kit that adds all the missile pods and the big cannons. It really makes him stand out, and it really makes him feel like a real Cybertron homage once that's there. So, it's less just him that gets the spot on this list, but him with the upgrades. So that's maybe a little cheating, but it's my list. He's here, and he is Hotshot. Well, Excellion, but you know, we could argue about the differences between Cybertron and Galaxy Force all day and whether or not it even belongs as part of the Unicron trilogy, but let's not. Breacher. Now this one's technically a repurchase because back when I was in beta, I actually had a Breacher figure that I played with quite a bit, and it was just really fun and I remember it fondly. But what I didn't expect was the fact that he was just so good. Honestly, he has modern deluxe class levels of engineering, and I didn't realize it before, but I'd ended up solving the issue I had with Earthrise Optimus Prime not coming with a roller. Breacher makes the perfect roller. Expect that in his future tech spec video I'm going to be making. And this one here, Iron Factory's Yoroi Shishimaru. He's actually a really solid take on Lio Convoy, and I love the Zoid-like beast form, and the samurai aesthetic just fits the character perfectly. I love this figure, and it's even better if you have effect parts to play around with the katana with. Honestly, it's so weird to me that Lio Convoy isn't normally a sword wielder. It just fits the character that well. And honestly, if you haven't picked this figure up yet, I definitely recommend picking up at least one version of the mold. They've released several different versions. It's a Legend scale figure, yeah, but it's solid enough that I can recommend it on its own. It comes with a few too many hands, though. I would have preferred one working pair of hands that could both hold the weapons and be used in transformation more easily. But, Iron Factory is going to do what Iron Factory does. And looks like we're keeping the cat train rolling with Covert Agent Ravage. What can I say about this figure that hasn't been said already? It's just a perfect representation of the character from the Beast Wars 3-parter, and it's hard to even tell that it was remolded from the Kingdom Cheetor. It's just that solid. The twin blasters, the panther head, or well, jaguar head, I suppose, and it's just so good. I also got Shadow Panther too, to go alongside him. I'm actually planning a tech spec video with Shadow Panther in the near future, so look forward to that. Ah, yes, Paleotrack. What can I say about this guy that hasn't already been said? The fossil aesthetic is awesome. The look, the feel of it, the ability to mission mash it with other Transformer parts, and just, it really gives the feeling of like some sort of undead Transformer, despite the fact Hasbro didn't give any lore for the fossilizers themselves. Oh well, I guess, I did, so if you haven't watched that, go and watch it. And the last figure on our list, Make Toys' Meteor version of Acid Swarm, as they called him for trademark reasons. But overall, it's a fantastic Acid Storm. Fantastic Seeker mold in general. Superposable, jet mode looks great. All of the possible faces you can use for him. And it's just really solid. I honestly mostly got this masterpiece Acid Storm because of what Cyberverse did with the character, making them gender fluid. By accident, admittedly, but I'll take what representation I can get. And there you guys have it. That was my list of my top 10 Transformers of 2021. If you liked it and agreed with my thoughts on it, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more of these sorts of videos, go ahead and subscribe. And also, if you have your own lists or differing opinions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'd love to see what your thoughts on some of these figures are. And yeah, overall, TIV out.